you guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel and back to my bathroom. If you haven't been here before, this is my bathroom. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all of my body products. I actually get asked quite a bit about what I use on my body, and this is just the products that work for me. I have KP, which is Keratosis pilaris, which is on the back of my arms. It was on my face, but we already know what I use on my face. But the back of my arms, I'll tell you what I've used and how I got rid of that. KP is a skin condition that looks like chicken skin. It's basically where there's a buildup of skin or dead skin on the top layer that does not slough off like the rest of our body. So that's one thing that I have to deal with. And then obviously as we age, I've noticed that my skin has become a little bit more crepey, especially on my arms. And then I also, which I'm not going to show, I'm sorry, but my stomach area has a lot of texture from having my child. I did have a C-section, and so I'm trying a few new products to kind of get or help that texture. There's not a ton you can do. Of course, I'll show you what I do, but, and then of course cellulite on my legs, from also just having my daughter and just living life, right? I mean, you don't have to have kids to have all this. So for me, I do want to preface this with saying that about 7 months ago, I did start going to Pilates between 3 to 4 times a week. And then I have been trying when the weather's good. I live in Colorado. The weather, like, honestly sucks here most of the time during this time of year. But I try to do those 10,000 to 12,000 steps. So I want to let you know that this is in combination with a good, workout routine, as well as me trying to, eat better and all that good stuff. So let's first of all start out with my body wash. My body wash is usually let me show you, it's empty, it's in here. So this is usually what I use. I've run out of it. So this is the Josie Maran Skin Dope. This is argan oil, hemp seed, super omega 3, 6, and 9, and it's a daily body wash. I love this body wash, so I definitely will be getting this again. But what I did get in the Sephora sale, which I've just started using recently, is this brand's amazing. This is by Skinfix, and this is called Eczema Plus. Now, of course, I do not have eczema on my body, but eczema sufferers will love this. It obviously is no fragrance, cruelty-free. It has jam-packed full of ceramides, though, which are great for eczema-prone skin. But also, I love it because it's gentle on my skin. I do have a tendency to be a little more dry on my body, and then this has been working really nicely. It's very hydrating. It's a foaming oil body wash, so it's still hydrating, but yes, but yet it still has, some very gentle properties to it. Okay, so this is a staple for me. I use this quite a few times a week. My skin can handle it. This is the Josie Maran Argan Sugar Balm Body Scrub. I have it in Vanilla Bean. The reason why I like this body exfoliator is because it's super important when you're dealing with keratosis pilaris in the body, crepey skin, dry skin, lackluster skin. It is very important to exfoliate in the shower. Now for me, I like that. You can use a mitt, you can use different types of exfoliation methods, but for me, this works the best because it's in oil. It's a sugar in oil. So when I get out of the shower, my skin already feels like it was drenched in oil. Not oily, but just feels very, very hydrated and moisturized. I have seen probably the greatest results in my keratosis pilaris with this body scrub. Again, like I said, I do use it quite often, especially in this area. Like if I wasn't using it on my body, I would actually just use it in this area up on here. And really, to be honest with you, my keratosis pilaris is pretty much gone. It's never gonna be like completely gone, but it's pretty much all the way gone. Now, every once in a while, I would say maybe, I don't know, twice or maybe once every 2 months, I will use my dermabrasion machine or my hydrodermabrasion machine on the back of my arms, and that does help. So if you're gonna go get a microdermabrasion on your face, ask them to do the back of your arms. It should be very inexpensive, and that will really help with it. So if you have a lot of kids, they can do that. That's safe. And then of course, that's a good way to get that in check. Now in the shower, that is basically all I do. When I get out of the shower, I do dry off my body body pretty quickly because I want to avoid transepidermal water loss. So I make sure that that doesn't evaporate on my skin because that'll make the skin drier. Now, let me talk about my body and then I'll talk about some of the more targeted treatments. This is not my absolute favorite one, but it is good. It's because the brand has tons of fragrance in it, but it doesn't seem to bother me. This is the Glow Recipe. This is their Watermelon Glow Pink Dream Body Cream. It's soothing and moisturizing, but it has... All right, so I actually wanted to look up the name because I was like, wait, why doesn't it say that on here? So the name is actually Watermelon Glow AHA Pink Dream Body Cream. Like I said, I bought it at Sephora. It was 28 bucks. The reason why I recommend using AHAs is because, again, like it does on the face, it helps cell turnover on the body. And that can be amazing for crepey skin. Now, of course, I know there's a lot of other price point, products, but if you're looking to reduce crepiness, especially around the knees, on the arms, on the back of hands, things of that nature, using a body cream several times a week. I mean, honestly, I use this every single day. I'll just slather on the body, usually at night. This will help with crepiness and resurfacing the skin. Also, if you can get a body lotion with retinol in it, it will do the same thing. So think about what goes on our face, the ABCs of skincare on our face. It's very similar to what we need to do on our body, all right? So I've really enjoyed this. I'll be using it up, and if it really, really, really is something that I love, so far I really, really enjoy it, I will be getting this again. But this is kind of an all-in-one moisturizer, but for me, it's not very hydrating. So I'll show you what I use instead or on top of this. But AHAs are extremely important, especially for keratosis pilaris, but doing it in a hydrating way, and it's great for crepiness on the body as well. You know I'm a Josie Maran freak, especially her body products. So I use her Whip Argan Oil. This is in Vanilla Apricot. I have 2 others. So after I put that on, I will honestly put this on over it. And it just works for me. It makes my skin glow. I don't feel weird getting into clothes afterwards. It doesn't feel sticky. So this for me, I just put a little bit. So a little bit of this goes a very long way, because also too, you have to remember when you're dealing with crepey skin or you're dealing with keratosis pilaris, hydration is equally important as exfoliation will be. So making sure that you hydrate after you exfoliate or hydrate every single day is going to be very, very important to keep that skin soft and ready to be sloughed off and help it do its job on its own. Now, when I'm going out in the daytime and I know that I'm going to be out in the sun, okay, and this is all year round, but not just running around or having clothes on, but like, maybe something like this or a sleeveless shirt. Again, Josie, I bought all these products myself. This is Josie Maran's Ultra Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen. I use this instead of the body lotion on top of my skin. So this is very, very hydrating. It's SPF 45. Okay, so now let me talk to you about what Instagram made me buy. Okay. You guys have seen this brand. This is this brand called Truly. Have you seen this? Okay, it's called the Anti-Cellulite Resurfacing Body Serum, Smoothing and Tightening. It's vegan, it has retinol in it, blah, 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 blah. And then they have their anti-cellulite cream. Okay, so I'm almost through both of these. I really, really like this. Okay, so this basically would be, it's a serum with retinol as well as some resurfacing, so some plant-based exfoliating ingredients in here. I use this all over my body and I really, really enjoy it. Now again, I use the watermelon one too. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day. They're both really, really good. I really enjoy this. It's kind of more pricey, but anyway, I like this one. I definitely feel like it helps with my keratosis pilaris. I haven't really seen any cellulite reduction from it, but come on, let's be real. All right, this don't get, in my opinion, it's a waste. I have not seen any benefits from this. Just hydrate, use something else that you like, but I don't really enjoy this. I also don't enjoy it. This cap's really heavy. It's a whole thing. All right. I know you've seen these ads for this brand called Maelys. Yes, I got talked into this. I have a whole nother set right up here in my closet. The reason being though is I'm on my second bottle of this. This is called B Flat. It's the Firming Belly Cream. Okay, I know you guys are gonna be like, are you joking? Okay, but honestly, it has really helped my texture on my stomach. I do notice that the texture of my skin on my stomach is much improved. Now, will it be literally like a tummy tuck? That's what they say in these ads. No, let's be real, but it does really, really help with resurfacing the area and really tightening it up. It actually heats up on the skin when you rub it in, and it stays kind of hot for about 30 to 45 minutes. And that's what they say is helping kind of, you know, tighten and kind of help with that skin texture. So I really, really enjoy this, but I just use it on my stomach. You're supposed to use it every single day for the best results. I have a hard time remembering sometimes, but it's like literally every other day or a couple days in a row and then not once. So I have noticed some good stuff from it. So I like this one. This is new for me. My big thing is, I'm gonna be real raw, my buttocks and my thighs. I do not like the stuff that's happening in that area. This is called Be Tight. It's my first one. I have used this, a little bit goes a long way, by the way. I've been using this for about 2.5 weeks. This one really heats up. So for me, I really like it. I have a whole nother one. You definitely have to go through several of these products to really get the best results. It's just like regular skincare you use for your face. So I'll keep you posted, but so far I really like this. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more diligent and let you know what I think about this. But so far I like it. Again, it heats up. Yeah, so I like it. I know that might sound like a lot, but I'll be honest with you, I have not been big into taking care of the skin on my body. I know that I should be. I obviously take care of my skin really, really well from here to here, but not the rest of my body. But obviously, as I've gotten into my 40s, my skin on my body has changed quite a bit. So for me personally, those are the products that really work for me. You can pick out whatever works for you, but if you wanted to know, I know some of you guys asked, that is what I use. Now, I also put it in combination with dry brushing. So I do dry brush 3 to 5 times a week, probably not 5 times, I'd say 3 to 4 times a week when I remember to do it. So dry brushing does help with circulation, lymphatic drainage, as well as cellulite reduction, or help cellulite to move through the body and go through the lymphs. I try to also uptake in water. So I've really increased my water intake as well to help all these products do what they do, and also to help with lymphatic drainage. So I would love to hear what you use. What do you find that really works very well? You know, as long as it's cruelty-free, I would love to hear. And thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.